Thank you, Brad. What a nice job. Thank you. Wow, it's been so exciting. We're going to do questions. Maybe I'll say a few words. We're doing really well. Iowa's been amazing. It's been amazing. But we're doing so well, and I love this place, and I'm back here all the time, and I'm going to be here a lot in January. Oh. You're going to be so sick of me. You'll probably say, we can't give him the caucus. Just forget it. We can't stand the guy anymore. No, you're going to like me, and we're going to be back, and we're going to do a great job for you. Most importantly, we're going to get to that office, and we're going to do the right thing. We're going to do the right thing. So, a few things. So much has happened. You know, when we first came out, we were all talking together, and we were talking border security, which, we're just doing so great with the border security. We're going to build a wall. Mexico's going to pay for the wall. We all know that. And we're going to have security. And the drugs are going to stop, and people are going to come into the country, but they're going to come into the country. They're going to be legal. They're coming in legally, and that's the way. That's the way. And it affects Iowa so much. So we were talking about that. We're talking about repealing Obamacare. Boom, it's going to be repealed. It's going to be replaced. I don't know if you've been seeing what's happening, but Obamacare is a total disaster. It's dying of its own weight. And by 17, meaning he'll be playing golf and I'll be working very hard. But by 17, it's dead. It's dead. You're not getting the people signed up. There's been a lot of talk about it and a lot of stories about it. Obamacare is dead, but we'll terminate it quicker than that. And we will come up with something that will be so good, so much better. Premiums are going through the roof. Deductibles are so high that unless you're close to death, you're never going to get to use it. And even then, I don't think you're going to get to use it, really. So we're going to take care of that. And by the way, we have a lot of good people. We have ethanol. Nobody is really... We have the ethanol. Where are the ethanol people? Right? I was here a month ago. I met with them all, and they do a fantastic job. I toured the plants, and they do a fantastic job, and it's so important. And it's another form of let's stay away from OPEC and let's stay away from that Middle East stuff. It's so important. So I just want to... And actually, what I don't understand, because the one guy that's doing pretty good with me in Iowa is Ted Cruz. And he's a nice guy. I mean, everything I say, he agrees with me. No matter what I say, I was going to do one really wild, but he agrees. But with the ethanol, really, he's got to come a long way because he's right now for the oil. But I understand it. Oil pays him a lot of money. He's got to be for oil, right? The oil companies give him a lot of money. So, but I'm with you. I'm with everybody. I'm with everybody. Look, I'm self-funding. I have no oil company. I have no special interest. I have no lobbyists that want me, and they're representing countries that are ripping off the country. They're representing companies that are ripping off our country. All I do is I'm going to be working for you folks. We're going to do this thing together. We're going to make America so great again, and maybe better than ever before. So important. So when we first started, I talk about China, how they're ripping us, and Japan and Mexico. Mexico both at the border and in trade. They're taking so many of our companies. Nabisco's moving there with their big plant. Ford is moving there with a big plant. They took a big plant away from Tennessee, a great state. They took it away at the last moment. We're not going to let that stuff. We're going to get it. We're going to do what we have to do, okay? But I talk about that. Thank you. Oh, look at that group over there. Thank you. But I talk about that, and I talk about it a lot. The fact is that about 2.5 weeks ago with Paris, I'm speaking a little bit differently now. Believe me, I can take care of China in my back pocket. That's easy for me. That's what I do. And we have all the cards. A lot of people don't know. These politicians, they don't understand. We have the cards. With China, our people pay tax. They pay no tax. It's not supposed to be that way. They call it a tariff because it sounds better. But we will take care of that. We'll take care of all of that. What happened is with Paris, there's a different mindset. And when the polls came out last week, my numbers went way up because people felt more secure with me. Now, maybe it had to do, yeah, really. Who knows why? Who knows? But my poll numbers went up. And do you ever notice whenever there's something that I do that's proper but controversial, they say, now he's gone. It's it. That's it. That's the end. I won't go over all of the different things because maybe you'll change your minds, right? So I won't. But they'll say, that's it. It's over. And then they come in, sir, your poll numbers went up 9 points this week. I said, they did? Because I have to do what's right. I have to do what's right. And you know what? If I don't make it, I don't make it. I have a good life. We all hopefully have a good life. I have a great family, nice people, wonderful people. They love me, I think. I hope. I think. But I have a great family, and I built a great business. In fact, thank you. Who is that person? I love that person. Stand up. I love that person. Thank you. Thank you, darling. I appreciate it. There's such spirit, like this, there's such spirit. No matter where I go, it's, we go to Dallas, we have 20,000 people, 35,000 people in Mobile, Alabama, 20,000 people in Oklahoma. Wherever we go in Iowa, we have these crowds. Yeah, this is supposed to be for in and around. This is supposed to be like a record. It is big, and yet it feels intimate. It feels good. And we're going to start taking questions. But I just wanted to say, so I changed a couple of weeks ago. When I saw Paris, I changed. And a big, big part of what I'm doing now is safety and security and smartness and smartness. Sort of interesting, the slogan is Make America Great Again, and I'm adding Make America Great Again and Safe Again, because we don't feel safe anymore. And the problem we have now that we never had to this extent is the power of weaponry. It's the power. It's the tremendous power. 100 years ago, I would have said, let's not go there. I said, don't go there anyway. I said it strongly. Don't go. You're going to destabilize the Middle East. But the fact is, right now, we're going to have to do things because we have some really, really sick degenerates. And they're degenerates. And the press, look at all those cameras going, all live, all, Nobody else has cameras like this. They can make a speech 100 times. They make a speech. Nobody cares. Look at us. And don't worry, they never pan the crowd. They never. They have me. That's why I'm walking around. I figured I'll walk around. Maybe they'll get the crowd. They never pan the crowd. I tell them, pan the crowd. They never do. I always go, my wife, she goes home. I had a crowd, 7,000 people last week. More. 7,000 people. And in a confined space. They had 3,000 people outside that couldn't get in. My wife said, darling, the speech was excellent. Did you have many people there? I said, what? She said, well, they never leave your face. They keep it purposely. But I'll tell you, I figured the cameras maybe are a little screwed up where you can't move them, right? But every time there's a protester, well, I'm protesting, and it could be in the back left-hand corner of the room. The cameras swoop over there. It's true. It's true. It's true. No. I used to think they couldn't move. Maybe there's something with the crazy computers. In the old days, everything was better, right? The car seats. You'd sit in your car, and you want to move forward or back, you press a button, bing, bing. Now you have to open up things, press a computer, it takes you 15 minutes. Well, the same thing I figured with cameras. I didn't think they moved. I figured they were fixed for certain reasons. And then I saw a protester, and those cameras were bent in positions like you wouldn't have believed possible. So they're very dishonest people. What can I say? Not all of them, but most of them. Most of them. The press is dishonest. I'll tell you, you have one of the most dishonest right here in your backyard. The Des Moines Register is the worst. They're the worst. The worst. No, they're very dishonest. You have some reporter named Jacob. She is the worst. She goes in and she will write it's such misrepresentation. And so I don't care. I mean, who cares? So I'm saying it right in their backyard. They're failing anyway. They probably won't be in business in 2 years. They're losing. I think they're losing a fortune. I think. You know, it's funny. Every time the Des Moines Register does a poll, I always do badly. And I believe, now, of course, I'm sure, I'm only doing this so they don't sue me, but I don't mind if they do. I hope they sue me, because they don't have enough money to sue me. That's the good thing. But I believe, and I may be wrong. In fact, I'll say I'm sure I'm wrong, but it's my opinion that they don't do it properly. Because, you know, they poll like 300 or 400 people. I'll explain it. But I really believe if they lose 20 people, boom, in the pocket. Oh, Trump, oh, forget that one, forget that. Now, I don't know that they do that. Do you do that, Des Moines Register? But every time I have a Des Moines Register poll, I do poorly. I also do poorly with the Bloomberg polls. I don't know why. But we had a great poll come in, CNN, last couple of days, where we're leading, I think, by 13 points in Iowa. In Iowa. And then we had another one come in where we're doing well.